Howdy, partner, and welcome to another episode of Component Carousel. I am so thrilled to be back again. We have been building out such a fun website, and this component today that we're going to be building and adding to that website is definitely no obsession. Obsession, and I don't know. We're off to a good start though. So, with me here,
Perfect.
yeah. Don't try to type that, chat. That's gonna be I don't know. That might get you banned. But with me today is my good friend George Francis, who is just a phenomenal developer. He has such a great eye for everything. He's my person that I go to constantly if I have a question about a color or a design or anything like that. Just a kind, good person who makes some fantastic stuff. George, it's so great to have you.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's very cool to be here,
Yeah, it's so cool.
making something weird. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the thing. So, to anyone who hasn't been here before, welcome first off, and go ahead and follow, and you'll become a horse. I kind of broke the notifications a little bit. Yeah, thank you so much for letting me know. I can definitely do that. And if that comes up at all, chat, please let me know if I need to tweak some stuff, because I would rather the audio be tweaked halfway through than it being a full episode with crappy audio. So please let me know. I'm not going to be offended or thrown off or anything. But Component Carousel is all about building out a website that has a fun, ridiculous theme, and developers get to come on and create components based around that theme. And I just let them absolutely have at whatever kind of creative idea that they have. I don't want to limit them at all. I just want to let them run with it. So right now, I'm going to kind of show you what we have so far with this month's site. So it still needs a bit of tweaking, but this is the component that Cassie Evans made last week. So as you slide up and down, the name changes and we get another room. So we go from the small boy to the big boy to the biggest boy. And so we made this live on stream last week. If you didn't get to catch it, it should be down in the videos below. It was a whole lot of fun. And this is what we're going to be working on today. It's kind of a boring team thing, and George is here to revamp it and to bring it into this bouncy architect theme. And this is a still slightly broken version. Adam, I swear I'm going to fix whatever it is. I can't figure out why it's off a little bit, but I will fix it. It's mostly working. Alex at front end horse. So this is the form that Adam Kuhn made, where it makes your email bounce around inside a bouncy castle, and then your email gets eaten by a shark, and it's the greatest thing. So we have two great components already from the past 2 weeks, and this inflatable architects site is for architects that, of course, design bouncy castles. So we are going to meet the team and replace this kind of generic, boring team component that I'm sure everyone here has made 1,000 times in their career, or at least if you haven't, you don't wanna, right? So George is going to show us a much more fun thing. Real quick before we jump into it, a few people have already noticed that there is a raffle, and today we're actually going to be giving away one of mine and George's favorite things. We were actually chatting about it before the show started. CodePen Pro. CodePen is just one of our favorite sites. It's the entire reason I started Front End Horse, because I would just spend all day going through CodePen and saying, how did that person do that? How did they do that? What is going on? And I would just get so obsessed with it. And CodePen Pro is such a great addition to an already free site. And I mean, my personal reason for having CodePen Pro, besides supporting CodePen, is the fact that you get to make private pens on CodePen Pro. So all my shame, all my terrible pens that I've made that are just like, that should never see the light of day, or else people would realize that I'm not a good developer, those get to be private. So that's like my favorite part of CodePen Pro. You get to hide your shame. It just gets to get swept under the rug, in the closet, whatever. It's perfect. George, how about you? You a fan of CodePen Pro?
Oh, I am obsessed with CodePen. I mean, especially CodePen Pro. I mean, yeah, it's so good. I spend literally my entire life on CodePen, looking at other people's CodePens, doing my own weird CodePens, and I mean, it's amazing, and it's great to support
Yeah.
the company, because it's super cool.
Some good folks over there.
So yeah, For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
So
go
I think
ahead and hit exclamation. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off. You go ahead.
no, just I think it's great to yeah get the membership.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
I'm so I promise I don't work for Kota.
yeah, neither of us work there, I promise.
Yeah.
So yeah, type exclamation mark enter in the chat. Get a year membership of CodePen Pro. It is a solid thing to get. So without any further ado, I feel like I say that every single episode, every single thing I do, I try to cut out the ado, and I don't know why that's in my vocabulary so hard. Oh, I could be louder still. My goodness, that's surprising. I've never been asked to be louder in my life, but I will keep pushing for it. Is it just okay to match George? So it might be easier if I turn George down a bit. So
I can
he
turn myself
yeah,
down.
I think you're right, Andy, in that George is he's like peeking into the red. So I'll just keep a better eye on that. I'm still learning audio video stuff. I need to like take a course or something. But Andy, thank you so much. We had Andy on this Saturday to play some games with us. It was a very very fun time. We play games every Saturday here on Horse and Around. So come by on Saturday. And George has played with us before too.
Oh
We just
yeah,
have a lot of
yeah,
fun.
big time. Yeah, it's great.
It's a good time. So,
Yeah,
George, we've got a component here. It's a React component, and
yeah,
it's just pulling in some text from Prismic, and then we're mapping over a repeatable field that I can actually show you over here on our homepage. We've just got
cool.
this repeatable field, and I've just added some people in, and that's that. And well, actually, I can kind of show
Cool.
you here where it's like this. Yeah, so here's our like data structure where I've got a photo, I've got a name, and I've got a title. I'm guessing we're gonna get rid of the photo aspect of this. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we will be getting rid of the photo aspect of it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that out, and then I'm gonna save that model to file system. So that's gonna update our model here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and actually delete this image from right here. So let's see how this looks now. I just want to check over in our storybook. Cool. So now we've just got these like these 5 mock things and no image. Cool.
Cool.
So
That's great.
where do we want to go from there?
Well, my I have an idea of what would be quite cool
Okay.
to do for this section, and I think what would be great is if we create some kind of cartoon style characters to have for the team members. And I think they should look like balloons with googly eyes on them because
That's perfect.
that's pretty much all I do is put googly eyes on things and use splines to make shapes with no hard edges. I can't do very much else. So
But there's such a big market for googly eyes, and yeah, that's
well,
I think you're in good company. So that's perfect. So,
cool.
chat, what do you think? Balloons with googly eyes, yay or nay? I mean,
Please
yeah.
say yes.
I hope
I
they
don't
all.
know what else I'll
Yeah,
do.
I gave chat a veto. I said if chat says no, if one person in chat says no, you've got to come up with a new idea, George. That's the rule.
Oh no, Jamie. I mean, I could do something else with googly eyes on,
Yeah,
or
just be like,
just googly eyes if you want.
you just be like, what about circles with googly eyes? Like George, you just took the
Yeah,
stem off the balloon, didn't you?
Squircle with googly eyes.
All right, cool. So, where do we want to start? Is this going to be in an SVG that we're doing?
Yeah, so I think you should be able to kind of do the SVG kind of within the JSX, I suppose, for the
Cool.
component.
So I think it might be good if we're going to be mapping. If we take out like if we don't build it here and try to tie the logic into here, but let's actually build out like a balloon or
Yeah,
balloon.js.
that sounds great.
Sound good? And then we can import that.
Love it.
We can just import that here. So I'll go first. I'll do our RFC. That's my little snippet for creating a React functional component. And I'll just say hey.
Cool.
Do that, and then I will import that here. We don't need that anymore. Import balloon from. There we go. Cool. So now let's just put that. I think it was like around here. item name. Is that where it was? Yeah, I think so. So let's just see if we're doing the right thing there. Yep, we've got a bunch of haze there.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. Looking
So
good.
yeah, so now we've got this little component. What do we want to do?
Awesome. So I suppose we can return an SVG to
Okay.
start. That would probably be a good start. And then slap a view box on there.
Gotta have the view
Uh,
box. Shout out to the view box newsletter.
you gotta have it. It's a great newsletter as well, for sure. Can you do a 00, 200, 200? I don't know why I do that. I just do 200 because I like it.
Yeah, no judgment here. That's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. So we've got that, and that should be, and then maybe we give it a background, like a white rectangle would be good.
Okay, so like a fill. Would that be a fill?
Uh, no, maybe make a new like a rect
Okay,
within
rect.
the within the SVG, and then give it a x of 0, a y of 0 with 100% height, 100%, and then fill of white.
So a width you said
Yeah, with yeah,
of 100%, not
yeah.
200. Cool, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you might change it
that's
sometime, and
perfect.
then like, it'll be there for you, which would
That
be
makes
good, I
sense.
guess.
So, oh, and that's what we should expect because there's no fill here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Off to a
That's
good start. So we're
looking.
done, right? This is
That's that's
solid.
it.
Pretty
What?
solid.
That's yeah.
Love it. Cool. So where from
Um,
there? Oh, and just super quick, we can revamp all of this. So like the dark background, that's temporary. Like don't feel like you have to
okay.
just change the one thing. Like this is your component, so we're
Okay.
we're we're,
Wow.
we're going to the nines with it.
Okay. Well, we'll see where the wind, the code wind takes us, I suppose, and
It's
then
gonna be a long night. We'll see where.
we
Yeah.
can change it at the end. Yeah. So we want like a ellipse,
Okay.
basically. But I think first off, can we do a little npm or yarn install of
Absolutely. Yeah.
something? I don't. I've got it written down somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. If you do at George does code, uh, Angly boy, generative.
Whoa. Cassie was on last week, all right?
I can't slash
Slash,
slash.
yes.
Uh,
Angly boy is an easier word though, so I totally.
this one, generative. This one,
Hyphen, yeah.
utils.
Okay, cool. So we're adding that. Great, found it. So George, actually, we kind of jumped by this a little bit. Can you explain what does generative even mean?
Yeah, for sure. So generative is kind of like, or generative art or generative design, just to like kind of scope it down a little bit, to me is kind of just any art or design which uh, is kind of created with a with an element of chance or an element
Okay.
of randomness. So I guess if you had a piece of paper and you had like say you got like two potatoes and then you
I'm
cut
intrigued.
both them in half, and you know when you're a kid you did the like potato stamping and you had a
Vaguely,
different, you haven't.
yes, vaguely.
Okay, you have like scratch potatoes. You just got a pencil and like a dice, and you roll the dice. And if you roll like a one, you draw a square. Or if
Right.
you roll a two, you draw like a triangle or a circle or whatever. And you keep rolling it, and then you keep drawing it, and then eventually you have like a nice picture of like a bunch of random shapes at the end. And
Cool.
that's kind of basically all it is.
Got it.
Yeah, quite often it tends to be digital, I guess, because computers can kind of iterate really fast and they can do these
Right.
kind of like repetitive tasks really quickly. So if you want to get kind of like cool emergent behavior going on or whatever, computers are a really great medium to do that. So that's why
Awesome.
you see a lot of, I guess, why you see a lot of kind of digital generative art. But yeah, it doesn't have to be digital.
No,
Just
makes
happens to be
sense.
quite a lot of it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's kind
the
of
generative part. Computers are good at randomness, and yeah, they
for
don't like
sure.
that's a
Yeah,
bias. I see Darren's in the chat, so hey Darren, thank you for coming through. And actually, I think Liam, who's in the chat, as Shub and so on, is another great generative artist who has a pen plotter and everything. Yeah, there's Liam. And
for
yeah, so
sure.
like pen plotters are a cool way to take your generative art from the digital realm and kind of make it physical. And Mambaleo, also known as Louis Hobrechts, I'm botching it, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Is another great generative artist. Like Adam Kuhn is another great one.
Yeah.
Like there's lots of great people. But
Adam did some good stuff today.
yeah, he did. But I don't want to hold
Amazing.
this up
Yeah.
anymore. So
Anyways,
what's next? I just want to make sure that people
um,
understood like what's generative. Cool.
yeah. That's hopefully that's a good. Hopefully, it will become a little bit clearer as we go through anyway.
Yeah.
But if could you please import random from that package?
So this is your own package.
Yeah. So I think there's a link for this that we've got set up that we
Yeah.
can post.
So resources.
There's a repo with absolutely no documentation, but there's a article that I've got which goes into sort of how to use a lot of the stuff from that repo. Yeah, it's kind of just handy little generative things that you can use. So we want to set a width for the body, as it were, I suppose, or the head. Call it, yeah, body width is great. And then we can do random, say like 80
okay.
and 110. Full disclosure, I worked this out before because you don't want to see me squinting at the computer trying to work out.
So that's one thing with generative art that I think a lot of people in the chat can co-sign onto is that if you don't work it out before, it's going to be kind of gross for a while until you kind of find those perfect like those sweet spot numbers, and you're like, that's the number, that's the thing. So this isn't so like George, like I think what you just said is fine. Don't feel like we're on here and we have to be perfect the first time. I think it's great that full disclosure, your first 5, 10, 20, 30 tries doing this kind of stuff are going to look bad. So just keep going with it. So I think that's great. Cool. So is that good? Are we good there, or is there another? Cool.
No, that's good. That'll be absolutely fine. And then we can have a body height as well, which is good. And that can be like a little bit more, so that they're always kind of like
balloon. So it's like a tall balloon or a short balloon. Got it.
Start to get a little bit balloony, and that could be 120 to 130.
Cool. All right.
And that's just going to give you, that function's just going to return a number somewhere between the two numbers that you give it.
Cool.
All right. It's kind of constrained randomness. Cool. So now we've got those, we can make an ellipse with them, I suppose, in the SVG. And it can be, I don't know, X. What way around does it go?
I was guessing. I don't know.
Is it RX? I can't even remember.
I think, so
I usually script it.
X, radius Y, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So are we going? So that would be radius. So it would be half, right? So
it would be half. Yeah.
Body width.
Divided by 2.
I was doing a string when in fact with React we need to do this as the variable. So body width
awesome
2, and then ry equals the body height, right?
Yep, perfect. And then the center X would be the center of the view box, so 100.
Cool.
The center Y would also be the same, hopefully in the middle, and then we can give it just a fill of well, it doesn't matter. I suppose it'll be black, hopefully, anyways.
That's true. Let's see what we got. Hey,
yeah.
Okay. So, chat, we can already see that we're getting some differently shaped circles. This is generative art. All right. This is what it is. This is the pinnacle of generative art. So yeah, this is awesome. We're already kind of seeing like how the balloons are going to be taking shape. That's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a little bit apt. Like it kind of works in that these are randomly generated mock things underneath too. That Prismic Slice Machine gives you just to like get out of the box.
Oh, cool.
Mocks. So yeah, we're generative from front to back already, George. This is solid stuff.
Amazing, great.
So we can hold off on the fill then. All right. Nice.
Yes.
Now what?
Well, as much as I love the pure black ellipses, it might be kind of cool to add some color straight away.
Let's do it.
So we can make a new variable called I don't know, body color or what, literally whatever. I'm not sure, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Actually, it's not just the body, so maybe just color is good
Oh,
because we're
how
going
do
to
I do
color other
that?
stuff.
Okay, color, cool.
Yeah, I guess that's fine. It's
Works
not
for
really,
me.
yeah, it's fine. Whatever. And then we can do. Can you do a template literal string and then do like HSL, which is always good, really good for generative stuff because it's kind of
Hue.
really easy to tweak the values.
Cool.
Yeah, hue, saturation, lightness, I guess. And then yep, and then we can do a random thing here,
So
and we
random and hue.
yeah
So for the hue is going to
yeah
be randomized.
yeah. So we can pick a random. So hues go from 0 to 360. So we can
Cool.
choose a random hue on. You know, like when you see a color wheel, like
Yeah.
you always see the color wheels. It'll just pick a point on that
We're
circle.
just throwing a dart anywhere at a color wheel, or even the color like um the gradient, right? Like that solid gradient. Where
Yeah. Like yeah. And then we can give just say 75, 75.
So the first one's percent, right? Oh, hold on.
Yeah. The second two will be percentages,
Okay.
and you'll need some commas between each.
Thank you. I always mess up the syntax of these.
Me
I
too.
always
It took
forget
me an
which one's
awfully
a
long time.
percentage in certain things. Yeah, I always screw these up. Cool. So we've got a color,
Cool.
but we're not seeing it yet.
That's no. We might want to set that as the fill on our ellipse that we've added, and then can we also give it a stroke? Just a black stroke for now is great.
Is that
Actually,
that's the color, and then stroke width is for the width, right? Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I've changed my mind though. I don't want to do that anymore. Can
Real
we
generative.
do? Yeah. Could we please do another color?
Sure.
Called color dark. And then what we can do is add another variable above called like base hue. So like const base hue.
Okay.
And then do random naught somewhere between 0 and 360.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can use that. Yeah, and then we can set the dark color, the lightness, like push it right down like 15% or something.
Okay.
And then we can use that for the stroke rather than a pure
So it's not pure
dark
black,
gray.
but it's like a tint, right?
Yeah, just a little
Yeah.
taste.
Smart.
Just a little bit, and it's just a really nice little trick just to kind of make things feel a little bit more coherent. But yeah, that's looking pretty good.
It feels Easter right now, doesn't it? With the eggs and the color palette and everything. It feels pretty Easter to me. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Looking good.
That's looking good.
Yeah.
How's that stroke width? I think that's probably pretty good. Yeah,
You can
I'm
always
happy
tweak
with that.
Later. All good.
Yeah, that's cool. So I think next up we can do, the little bit once you eventually go through the ordeal of tying the balloon. You have the
triangle at the bottom.
The little bit at the bottom. We can add. I think we should add that bit now.
Where you blow the air into. Yeah, that's good with me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna add something else to our SVG, right?
Yeah, we can call it. We can call it the tie, but it'll be a path.
Okay.
Can we pop it before the ellipse?
Yes, we can definitely do that with those sweet sound effects. We're gonna add those back to my movement in post. That's perfect.
Yeah, afterwards they're going to be really cinematic. Yeah, that's great. That's cool. Yeah.
Andy's in the chat helping us out.
Nice, thank you, Andy. I'm just trying to. So we want to do a triangle basically for this, but we don't want to do like just a straight edges triangle. I think we'll do like a really, in keeping with the vibe, do more of like a rounded one.
Makes sense. You don't pop the balloon, of course.
Don't want to pop the balloon, not at all. Yeah, so I think we can get something from my generative utils package called Spline.
All right.
Yeah, so
and this
what Spline will do is it's technically called a Catmull ROM spline. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's basically just continuous smooth Bezier curves between any endpoints. So it's really cool. You can just pick loads of random points, and it'll just draw these really lovely kind of curves through all of the
blobs
points,
kind of things, right? Yeah,
perfect. Exactly. Yeah, it's my secret blend of one herb and spice, as it were.
One herb and spice.
My single herb. Yeah. So let's do a variable called tie size, and then make that another random value. Somewhere between the body width divided by 12 and the body width divided by 6.
And are these just numbers that you just kind of tweaked and played with, and then
they are, yeah,
cool.
They yes, a lot of squinting and
that's
confused.
Fine. Just want to make sure that people in the chat aren't like, okay, so generative art's when you use 12 and 6 and things.
Yes, like, only the 6 times table, otherwise no, it's fine. So what we can do now is we want an array of 3. You could see it as a vector, just a thing with an X and a Y point, or however you want to see it, or just, like if you had a piece of graph paper, you would just pick, a point on the graph paper. So we could call that const tie points, and that can be an array.
Okay.
And then the first value, that each value is another array, so it's kind of like a 2-dimensional array, I suppose.
Okay. So I'm doing another array. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that would be the first value is the X value for this point. So this is like the middle point of the equilateral triangle. So that would be tie size divided by 2 for the X, and 0 for the Y.
Okay, and then 0 for
kind
the
of
Y.
The top. And then another array, and that would be tie size. That's that one.
Okay, tie size. Sorry, I just saw Angelo in the chat said you can use any number as long as it's 6 or 12.
Yes, absolutely fine. It'll all look amazing as long as you stick to those. And then we'll do the last point, which is the left point. I don't know why, completely arbitrary this way of doing it, but it would be, that's right.
So then you've got all of it. Yeah, so you got the triangle.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool. And then we can do a thing where we say like const tie path data, or I don't know what you want to call it, whatever.
Okay.
Equals spline.
So this is where spline comes in. So let me just see if I'm getting this. Spline is going to take these 3 points from this array and basically smooth out the trajectory between them. So like if it's like,
for sure,
if anyone knows Figma, if you were to take like the pen tool or Illustrator or just any pen tool, if you plot 3 points and connect them, and then all of a sudden you hold like Alt click and you start to like bring out the Bezier curve. It's kind of like adding those Bezier curves to smooth out the connection between those. Awesome. Getting it now.
Totally, yeah. That's exactly it. So we can do spline and then pass the points, and then another value which is kind of like the tension. So it's how
So it's how much you're pulling those Bezier curves out.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
Yeah. So 1 maximum tension or minimum tension, I suppose. It's kind of the wrong way around, but it's cool. And then true as a little flag, just to say we want this to be a closed shape. Because then it will make sure that the last curve and the first one goes properly and whatnot. So that should be cool. So now we can
the data of the path, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be that, and then we can set the fill to the fill that we defined earlier.
Color,
yeah, color is good, and that's good. Let's have a look, because I don't think it's not going to be in the right place.
Yeah, it is not in the right place, and it's rotated. It looks like in a different way than we might expect.
Yeah, that doesn't.
We have it out of order, I think, for the points. Is that
maybe let's have a little look. I'm gonna have to look at my reference because I've forgotten what way around it goes. Right, let's have that. Oh, it's the first one. So.
Wait, okay, so what's that?
So tie size divided by 2 and 0. That's right, and then the second one should be It's you've got those two are the wrong way around.
I think
And
that's
then the last point,
uh,
the last point's wrong. It should be tie size, not tie size divided by two.
okay. That was my
Yeah,
fault
yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah.
That looks a lot better. Okay, so it's sort of
That's
like a
it.
triangle. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Got
that's
it.
that's looking pretty good to
Cool.
me. So we could give that a stroke as well. And I'll
Okay.
just show you just quickly for anyone in the chat that's very confused by all the talk of splines. We can give it a stroke quickly of the dark color. And
Okay.
then if you set, you know where it says one, so that's what it looks like now. But then if you change where it says one on spline to 0, so that removes all of the blobby goodness, and then
Cool.
it's just a regular triangle basically. So that's kind of what that's what that's doing. It's just a really nice way of making kind of organic, kind of natural looking shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great little thing.
So
Um,
cool. So
yeah,
to one. What about like a 7? Is that
I don't know what that'll
interesting?
do.
Yeah.
You're
I think it like inverted it because it was like an upside down triangle. That's funny. I don't know. When
yeah,
people
yeah.
break things.
It's no, that's cool. Let's let's put those where they want to be going, and then we
Yeah.
can move on to doing some other cool stuff. So throw a transform origin center on that path just to make sure we're moving it.
Just right on it.
Yeah, just right on it. It's fine, just to make sure we're moving it relative to the right point
Same
within
center.
the thing.
Cool.
And then because you can't do X and Y with a path in SVG, you have to translate it. I think.
Okay.
I'm not really sure,
We're
but I'm
going
pretty
with
sure.
it. It's all good.
Don't quote me, but I think you can. So if we do transform, and then we want to translate it, and then we'll need to do the template literal for this.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I gotta
Because
back up a little bit.
it needs to be relative to some stuff that we've already got.
Translate, and then we're gonna do that. Cool.
Cool, and then
Here.
all right, let's let's see if I can, because I haven't actually got this written down. So it'd be 100.
So it's 100. Wait.
So that's
The first one's 100.
But you'll need to do a little bit of calculation with
Okay,
it as well.
100.
Yeah, so if you start off with 100, that's going to kind of go to the middle of the
so you go to the middle
screen
on the x-axis, right? It's
on the
going
x-axis.
horizontal.
Yeah, and then just leave that at that for now, and then we'll do for the y-axis we'll do 100 plus body height divided by 2, so the center of the canvas plus half of the body height, and hopefully it will kind of be towards the bottom kind of area. That's an interesting divide.
Weird.
It's the angular boy is the wrong.
Yeah, I was mixing them up in my brain right there. I wasn't having a good time there.
Hey,
whoa, we're pretty close. We're pretty close.
I mean, that's looking pretty cool. I'm into it, but that's not quite right.
No,
So if
it's a little bit off.
We need to take 100 minus tie width divided by 2.
Here? Oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So it goes right in, I think.
Right.
There's definitely people in the chat probably like, what on earth are you doing right now? There's probably a much better way. It is defined. Tie size. It's tie size.
Got it.
Great.
All right, perfect.
That's great.
So you raised a good point, is that people in the chat might be confused here. So what we just did with this transform origin, first off, is just said how we want to move the tie, right? Is what we're calling it, the triangle. By do we want to transform it from like a corner? And this is especially important with like rotations. It's the most obvious when if you're rotating by a bottom corner versus from a center. Things changed pretty dramatically. We actually did a bit of this with Cassie's, where we made sure that these transformed from the bottom, so that this popped up from the bottom and didn't grow out from the middle, right? So that's kind of one place that we saw that in action. But here we that's what we did first. But then with the transform, we had to slide it over 100 because that is halfway through. But
Yeah.
it would have started at 100 and then the tie is drawn, rather than the tie being smack dab in the middle of the canvas, or not the canvas, but
Mm.
the SVG's canvas. Or can you call it a canvas? I know it's not
I
HTML.
always call it
Okay.
canvas.
Yeah, I know it's not
Yeah.
a canvas element, but it's a similar kind of concept, right?
It's a canvas to me. Yeah, you're
Canvas to
drawing things on
George.
it. It's a
Yeah,
canvas. Yeah,
and then
that's
now we
fine.
use the height to
We've
bring it down there. Cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit too far down there. I want it to be. I want that tie to be like half. I want half of the tie to be behind the body, and half of it to kind of be sort of peeking out a little bit under
All
the
right.
bottom. So if we wrap
So
that
minus.
in, yeah, but I suppose I can't remember how that will get evaluated. But maybe wrap that first bit and then do minus tie size divided by 2. I don't think I need to do that, but it's fine. There you go.
Good.
Now that looks, to me,
That
that's
looks
looking
that looks
pretty
like a
cool.
balloon. Yeah.
That's
What do you think, chat? Does this read as a balloon? Are we
I
seeing
hope
balloons
so.
now? I think so. So,
No, I
um,
hate it now.
and don't forget, chat, we've got an awesome raffle. So hit exclamation mark enter to enter that if you haven't already. CodePen Pro is so worth it. Hide all your shame, and you get assets built in, like so much good stuff. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
we've already created some generative balloons. It's looking super cool, George.
it's looking cool.
But you've promised us googly eyes, so we've got to keep going.
Oh yeah, there's something
Hey
else that
Tanner,
we could
welcome.
do with as well. Hello. I think there's something else we could do. We could do like a string. You know how like
Yes. Yep. Let's do it.
so you can't
I'm familiar with strings. You don't
yeah.
have to. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to. So if we do
Am I
make
jumping the
yeah
gun? Is it gonna
new
have to be a path?
new path is good.
Okay.
Yeah, new path is good, and then we can we'll use splines again, and we'll kind of choose a random number of points,
So
and then we'll
just
offset all the points by a certain amount, and then we'll draw a spline through them to create the string.
tie, and then to try to comment this a little bit better. Balloon.
Cool.
String.
Yeah.
Cool. So same kind of thing. What's up first?
Do you like num string points or whatever? I suppose.
Do I'm sorry.
Number of string points or yeah.
Sounds
That's
good.
cool. And then we can give it like a random value somewhere between 3 and 6.
Okay, cool. So it's
And
going to be going from like a simple path to a more complex path, right?
yeah,
Am
so
I getting
some of
quieter?
them.
I gotta keep talking. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
All right, sounds good. I think that's looking
Nice.
better. I'll move this a little closer to my mouth, and I will project. Thank you,
Nice.
Liam. Appreciate it. Wait. Hold on. GK Nook or G Kook? No, I'm just gonna stick with but GK Nook said would do a little less thing below. I think it's like male shrug male below, but love it. I think it is just talking about the little nub thing. But I think we're good. But that's a good call, GK Nook.
Oh,
Thank you for
what?
the feedback.
Less snub or like
They're just giving their feedback. Just
a little less nub? Okay. Well, we can have a look at the end and maybe
I
read
think
it or something.
we're good. And Tanner says
That's cool.
you are a generative master, is what Tanner said to you,
Thank you,
George.
Tyler.
Cool. Let's keep rolling.
Cool. Let's do the string. Oh, can you pass a true bit
to
flag
random.
to that? Yeah, that's because we're going to use that in a loop. You want an integer, right? Because otherwise, by default, we would return a float. So yeah, we can do number of string points,
Okay.
and then do string height.
Wait. Are we confusing random with spline, or did they both take that true?
They both take it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
they both do. And then we can do string height. Yeah, of 64 is good. And
Cool.
again, this is just something that I kind of experimented
Yep.
with and found that it looked good. And then we can do an array called string points.
Cool. So
Yeah,
now,
awesome. You can probably see where it's going. But if you now loop over a number of string points and just a for loop is fine.
Okay, so we want to just declare it and then do what? So walk me through what you want to do
Oh,
there.
what you had is fine.
Okay,
You
cool.
can leave that, yeah. And
And
then
then
D just for let I equals 0. I is less than number of
cool,
string points.
uh,
I plus plus.
cool. I only ever write this out through a snippet anymore, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and then we can push a new point into the array. So we could do string point stop push an array. So we push an array in, and the first value will be a random number somewhere between like -4 and 4.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
yeah, and the second value would be the height. So it'd be like string height
Got it. And then string
d-
height.
divided by and then if you wrap this in some parentheses,
Sorry, string height divided by what?
yeah, I plus one, string height divided by I plus one,
Got it.
just to make sure it's never, yeah. Oh, no, just the I plus one I think needs to be, or maybe it doesn't need to be wrapped. Just try it, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, I think you might be right. Okay, let me undo this. I
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, cool. And then we can do a new variable called string path data.
Down here.
Yeah.
String. Let's do yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And that's going to be another spline of string points. One, and because maximum curve, obviously, we want
Right. Okay.
all
So
of the
we're going for
curves.
that curve, and then not true. Are we going to go false or?
Yeah. We could do not true if you'd like. That'd be
I
quite fun.
yeah. I like typing
Would
not
that
true into
work?
things. Yeah.
Can we do that just for fun? Does that work? I guess that
Wait,
would work.
the false thing or
Yeah,
this?
so just do like not true. Yeah,
Honestly, we should
it's
do that on this
clean.
show. Like with me, it should just be like the worst ways to do things. I've already inspired Cassie to do a what's the worst way that you can use GSAP. Actually, I think Lewis was more the inspiration. I just was there for it. But yeah, no, just like the worst ways to do things. I think not true might be up there.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. So we got
Cool.
string path data. Okay, I just want to go back and see if I understand this. Hey,
Yeah.
Joanna, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Um, so number of string points. So we're picking how many points are on the string.
Yep.
And that's gonna change how like ripply it is because if there's only like 2 points, that might be like a smooth curve. Where
Yeah.
like if there's 20, it might get zigzaggy.
Yeah.
The string height is just how long it's gonna be, and that's gonna be the same for all of them. String
Yep.
points we're gonna push into from the number of string points, and we're just going to then plot these in kind of a yeah. So we're then defining where those points are on this string.
Yeah. Then we're kind of just joining them all up and rendering them.
And this one is the y, which means that as we go along, the next point is going to be further down than the last point, or is it further up?
Exactly.
Okay,
Further
further
down.
down because we're dividing, right? So
Or further up. Maybe, I
so
don't know.
the
It
real
doesn't matter.
the real two random bits here are the number of points and where those points are on the x-axis. The rest is kind
Yeah.
of determined, right? Cool.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So then we can just pop that string path data
For our
on the
data.
path. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I guess we can just have a look. I don't know how
Does it
it's
have to have
gonna
a
look.
stroke or does it have one automatically? I always forget. It's gonna give it a
Don't
stroke.
know. Maybe.
Okay, so we've
So I
got
can
something. It's
see.
got a fill, is what it has.
We
It
don't want
has a
that fill.
fill.
That could go away for sure. That could go.
Okay, so I'm gonna do color dark.
Yeah, lovely.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
fill
great.
none.
Yep, fill done is good.
Awesome. Tanner says, "Are we using George's npm package Spline?" Yes, we are.
Yes.
We are pulling in George's kind of custom utils that he likes to use because I mean when you do stuff that like this so much, you kind of figure out your own little tricks for it. And
Yeah,
George has
totally.
two functions here from his personal library, and you guys are all more than welcome to go ahead and use it yourselves. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Please do use
yeah,
it if you like. Yeah, definitely. So
cool. So we've got
that's
that.
very cool. Hopefully that will look a bit more
Yeah, so it's
kind
off on
of
the side, but it's
wobbly.
definitely more stringy, and I can definitely see something's
That's
going on.
good.
So now we got to
Let's
transform
move
it
it.
into cool.
Yeah, let's pop it in the middle so we can just do transform origin center again.
Can we grab this and then adjust from there? I think we could be able to,
Yeah, I
right?
think I think
Let's at
we can. Yeah.
least. Yeah, so we're very
Oh,
close. We're
look
very
look at
close.
that. That's very
That's
nice.
looking
I
pretty
think
good.
that
What do you think,
looks
chat? Love it. Tanner used your library for the generative blob characters. Awesome.
oh amazing. Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
very cool. Nice.
Great to have you here, Tanner. Thank you for being
For
here, and
sure.
thank you to Frecky Teardrop. Make sure you enter the raffle for a Code Pen Pro subscription. We're gonna be doing the raffle at the end. So cool, looking great, George. We've got to tweak this a little bit. Let me see actually if I'm
I
just
think
gonna go ahead and do this, and I think this will make things a little easier on us because we're really only
oh
using
that's
these two
nice.
files. So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
That's nice.
you can
We
upgrade
can
storybook.
just
Cool.
we can change tie size just to be string height on
String height on for both of
but
these
only on well that can just be 100 because
on
it's
the
quite
Y.
the first one can just be 100 on the X. Yeah, because it's quite small anyway. We probably won't. It would just be 100, not divided by two.
Okay,
So
cool.
just 100, and that's fine.
That makes sense.
Because it's not
It's
very
actually
big
looking.
anyway.
It's actually looking good. We just need to move it underneath, so it should follow
Uh,
order.
it's not going to be good every time. It's going to be good on some of them.
Good
Yeah,
call. All
but
right.
but not good on all of them. So if you change that tie size where it says I'm pointing at it like you can see it.
Yeah, no, just point and tell me where to move it. Yeah.
This one, Alex, where it says tie size, if you change that to string height, that might do what we want it to do. Great.
Looks good so far. We've lost.
I've lost a bit off the top, haven't we?
No, yeah, because it feels very straight.
It feels very straight. Let's just give it an arbitrary number and change it until it looks right, because that's like all I do
Okay, so
with
this is
generative art
64.
stuff.
Let's go to what is it?
48.
Oh,
Multiples
that's
of 8.
4. Is 4 and 48 the same? They're about the same, right?
It's getting there. I
Looking
mean,
better.
it's better. What's that? 24.
40,
So it'd be
20.
20. I think the little ripples are quite concentrated towards the top.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why shouldn't that be the same throughout? There's gotta be something wrong here.
Yeah, I think we've got something wrong
String
there.
height
But
divided by chat. We need your super sleuthing eyes because I
yeah,
never spot it when I'm on stream. I know Angelo's in the chat. He's quite good at this kind of stuff. Lucy's there. And we got a lot of big brains in the chat. I think we can figure this one out. We got Liam, we got Tanner.
yeah, so someone on that.
String height
I'm actually not sure.
Divided by I plus 1.
Can you just what happens?
Yeah, wondering why that is. It could be something in Spline. Honestly,
it could be. I think maybe we just let this hang out for a while.
All right, cool. Yeah,
I think
let's not get caught up on that.
It's pretty chill. Yeah, I mean, it's a string. It's just a piece of string.
Don't tell me what it is, George. It's what I want it to be. All right. Don't tell me to be chill. Don't tell me to chill out. I want it to be a really wobbly string, George. It's my show.
That's good.
I just get power hungry over. This is my show. That's been on the air for 3 whole weeks. Just. Do you know who I am?
That's looking good there.
Oh,
I like it. It looks like balloons. I'm into it. Yeah. I think we need eyes.
Yep, let's go.
They need to become real.
Got about a little, almost like 40 minutes left. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Definitely
Adam's
time
here.
for the eyes.
Adam is here. Nice. Got Adam Kuhn in the chat.
Hello.
All right. And Golgot is here. Oh right, Tony. Tony is here. I always forget who Golgot is, but now I remember it is Tony. Tony's a good guy. So all right, we are moving on to eyes, right?
Yep, let's do it. So maybe a new component. Would you call it
Okay,
a component?
cool. Yeah, so we can kind of like build those eyes on top. So we got balloon. We can just put that, like, we can put these eyes below. Are the eyes going to go on top of everything else, I assume?
Yeah, yeah, they'll go on top. Yeah.
Cool. And then we can do. We're going to have to pass it some things, right?
Yeah,
Because it's got. So we're.
we want to draw those relative to the width of the body. That's pretty
Okay.
much the only thing that we really need today is the body width.
Okay, so not the height. Cool.
No,
So,
don't need the body height.
body width. Cool. So let's return just a circle real quick.
Cool.
No,
Yeah.
I guess we can just. I was gonna test to make sure it's working. It's working, right? Like we don't need to test.
Yeah. I
Yeah, let's
think
just go.
React, it'll be
Cool.
working. Yeah, it'll be fine. That's cool. So we can return a group, I guess, just a group, a SVG group, so like a G.
Oh, we're gonna do a group. Cool. Group.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Looking
That's
good.
cool. And then we basically want two big circles and two little circles inside to make the googly eyes.
Cool. All right. Oh,
Uh,
you don't need to do that. Angelo, I'm not sure what the string issue was. We can check it out in a little bit.
yeah.
It's just that it's very wiggly up top, and then it kind of just drops, and it should be wiggly throughout. Like it should have like or like between 3 and 6 random points throughout, but it seems like it has like a bunch of random points up top and then just one. So not sure what it is, but we can figure it out after the stream or maybe at the end of this. So
Yeah, I've got a code pen where it's quite wiggly, so I'll have a look and then
cool.
we'll work out what it is. Yeah, it's all
Sounds
good.
good.
Actually, probably first it's good to define the kind of variables that we need for the eyes. So if
Cool.
you head up top and then you do so like eye center X is good. So that's like the middle of the canvas, so 100.
Okay.
And then we can do eye center Y, which will make a little bit random to kind of position them somewhere randomly on the balloons. So
Cool.
if
All
we
right.
make that like somewhere between 100 minus 30 and 100 plus 30.
Is there a reason we're not do? Okay. So like,
It just could,
should I put
you could do
130
you could
or
do
should
70 and 130, but
okay
sometimes I like doing the minus specifically
because
because
it
you could define it as
shows
an offset or whatever like later on
okay.
and then tweak the offset, but it doesn't really.
I'm happy to follow your lead on
Oh,
this.
it's fine. Just do
I just wasn't
70
sure
and
if you were okay.
130.
Yeah.
That's that's totally cool.
Adam Kuhn says wiggly up top, then it just drops, which makes me think of like little in the middle, but it's got much. I don't know. But yeah. Nicely done, Adam.
Very
Cool.
nice.
So that was 100 minus 30, and then 100 plus 30, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Cool.
that's great. And then do eye radius, and we'll just do 16 units.
16.
Yeah,
Take that.
that's
Cool.
fine. Yeah, yeah, perfect. And then we can do const eye width, so like how far apart are both of our eyes, kind of thing.
Got it.
And that can be somewhere between body width, plucking the numbers out of the magical generative air. Body width
Sorry.
divided.
I'm not laughing at you, and George doesn't
Oh,
have the
it's fine
chat
if you
up,
are.
so no, I'm not. Adam Kuhn types, "It's wiggly in the middle already, mom spaghetti." I have to have like judges scorecards here just for like 10. Like I should definitely come more prepared with some props. Yeah, and apparently that was my Eminem impression too. I don't know what that was, but all right, I'm sorry. Oh, that's so good. So good. Keep it coming, chat. So good. All right, eye
That's
width is
amazing.
random between what two
Oh
things?
yeah, body width divided by 10 and body width divided by 6. That's
Divided by
kind of like
10.
a good amount.
Cool. So that's going to
And then
determine how offset they are. So if they're very close together or if they're very far apart. Oh, Tony with a 7 out of 10. I don't know. Cool. So circle. Are we good
yeah,
here?
So I think we can do something with this now. Yeah, so the first circle we can set the radius to I radius divided by 2.
So radius, so that's just r, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, just
I radius divided by 2. Why?
yeah.
Oh, because that's wait. Why is it divided by 2? Oh, because no, I'm trying to figure
Oh,
out why.
maybe I don't. Just because that's what I did. I can't quite remember exactly why.
That's a fine reason. That's a fine reason.
Yeah.
I just yeah. If it's
I'm not sure.
radius, yeah.
It
Okay.
shouldn't really need to be divided by 2, but
All
we'll
right. So
just leave it.
do we want to
I
change this
think.
to 8 then?
Uh,
I think
maybe
we
just
can.
keep it. Yeah, 8, I guess.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, we can do 8. Yeah,
Cool.
I radius is 8. That's fine. And then we can do the CX, so the center X point of that
Cool.
would be I center X minus I width.
Okay. Cool.
And then the center Y would be I center Y.
So center Y is I center Y.
Yeah, awesome. And
Cool.
that's looking like it's going to be something, which is very exciting. And I
Yeah.
apologize. This code is not great code that I wrote. You could probably make this like
George, it's fine.
much better. But
We're having a great time. It's all good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't
so
sweat it.
you could refactor it and whatnot, but I think like this is probably
All
fine for
good.
now.
We're having a
And
blast.
then yeah, cool. So just make it white, a white circle with the dark color as the outline.
Cool. And then fill or stroke. So then
Yeah,
we're gonna
awesome.
need the we're gonna need to import that.
Sure, yeah. Oh, okay, you can't just access that, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
That's all good.
nice. Awesome. That's
Jake
looking
Badlands, thank
very
you so
good.
much. Thank you for that follow. I think it was a follow. Yeah. I just changed the announcement thing and I missed what it was initially. I didn't mean to change that, but Jake Badlands, thank you so much. I think you might have followed. So welcome. You are now a horse. Thank you for following along. And George is thrilled. You've made George very happy.
Yeah.
Cool. So stroke color dark. Let's see what we got. Yeah, awesome. It's looking good. So we
Looks
have one
beautiful.
eye. Looking good,
One
George.
eye.
Let's keep going.
We've got Cyclops characters, so we just want that the same, but over there to the
Okay,
right.
cool. So
Same
circle eye radius, but is it going to be plus eye width on the X?
Yeah, I guess. Hey, look at that.
Looking good. All right. We have zombie balloons, people. We're getting there. We have zombie generative balloons. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Very dead-eyed. This company is going through a bad time, it seems, at the moment.
It's not looking good.
Let's cheer them up. I think that we should cheer them up and give them some pupils. Yeah, so we can do another one. If you add another circle after the first circle that you got there, or yeah, either one, that's great. And then set the radius.
Got it. Okay. Oh,
it
I
doesn't
guess
matter.
we do either way, right?
Yeah, it's fine. And then just do the radius half of the eye radius.
Radius is half of the eye. Okay, so we're gonna make this circle half as big as the whites, right? So the pupil will be half as white, half as big as the whites.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Eye radius is half, so that would have had to have been divided by 4 if we kept it at 16, right?
Yeah, it would have all got very confusing. It's a good idea.
I think we're good. No, it's all good. Cool.
This is much better. Your way.
Would it be the same center X and Y?
Yeah, same one, because it's the radius for the circle and SVG is measured from the center.
Hey!
Hey, look at those.
Awesome. All right,
you can kind of see where we're going to go with this now.
Yeah, should I copy and paste and tweak the subtraction to an addition?
Yeah, for sure. That would be great.
Hey. Nice. Looking good.
Balloon characters.
They are so great. They are so great. Love it.
Yeah, so this is kind of looking quite good, I'd say now. They've got some... It's funny how much personality you can kind of add to
with 2 circles,
objects
with 4 circles, right?
With 4 circles, they kind of suddenly have a little bit of a life, or it's kind of like you're looking into their soul in a weird way, and you have these funny little eyes. I think it's quite cool.
We're looking
There's a
into a
thing.
soul.
Yeah, you can see they've got a little bit of personality. I think it's pretty cool. I
You're
like it.
you're playing God, George. Is why you're into this, right?
That's what it's all
All
about.
your blob characters, your Bauhaus
No, I
characters.
promise.
You're like,
No.
I am their
Yeah.
lord. They
Yeah.
owe me for their souls. Wow,
Blob,
I've learned
Blob
so
Lord.
much.
Yes, very revealing live stream. I've been rumbled. I'm gonna have to disappear now.
That's amazing. This is great.
um, let's make them look at each other and up and down,
Okay.
rather than all kind of looking.
Oh,
It's a
okay. So
bit
we're gonna have
unnerving.
them ignore their creator, so they're gonna look in other directions besides at us.
Yeah, it's getting a bit much for me, all this
Okay,
attention.
that makes
They
sense.
need to look at someone else. Yeah. So if we just want to transform them a certain amount,
Okay.
just to kind of push them around. So if we can do an array uh, of called I transforms, or transforms actually, it's good.
Oh,
Or whatever, actually, that's fine. Yeah,
cool.
and then first item in that row would be 0, 4. So that's like if you
Zero
want to
space 4 or 0, 4.
yeah, space 4 is good. And then
Okay.
so that's like if you want it to look this way, you would translate that circle a
So
little bit over
either
to the
left or
right.
right. Okay. Okay. Got it. So okay. Oh, I think we'll see once we get there. So what's the next
Yeah.
one?
So that would be 0, -4. That would be looking
The
to
opposite
the
direction.
to the opposite
Okay.
way, and then the same. Oh, this would be up and down. Sorry, and then we want to do left and
Okay.
right. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that yeah? The
yeah,
X is
yeah,
staying the same, but those are going up and down. Cool. And
yeah.
now
That's
we're
cool.
doing X and keeping that the same, right?
Yep.
And then -4, 0. Cool.
Yeah, lovely. And then we can use random to pick a random transform
Cool.
from this array. This is kind of a bit like the GSAP. You know, with the GSAP random, it's really cool. You can pass an array,
Or a
and then
number,
it'll give you
or a number, or a couple of numbers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think mine might do this.
Okay.
We can try. Is it random and then just pass I transforms? Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It looks like
think
it takes
it.
a string or an array, or an array of
Okay.
strings. I'm not sure which
Maybe
one, but
I might have added it.
let's see.
We'll find out.
Transform. If I can spell transform, FORM,
Yep.
and then
Translate.
transform.
Do you need to
I
do
think I just
translate?
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Translate, and then probably not a great variable name there, but let's see if this. Okay, something's. Oh, no, that's good.
This is good.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, I broke it. I
They're looking.
oh
They're
no.
looking very odd.
I felt
Yes.
guilty. I am a bad god. I have
Oh,
done,
look at
done
those.
horrible things. All
They're
right, cool.
looking very weird. Also, I've just realised it should be on the smaller ones. We don't want to transform the bigger ones.
Oh, you're
So
right. We did do that, or I did do that. You did.
do the
You had
smaller
no
ones.
part in that. That was all me.
That's a big one
I was
as
gonna do
well.
it again. Yep, I was gonna make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, this is good. Yes, look at those.
Nice. All right, they're all looking the same direction though.
Try and refresh. It might just be a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah. There we go. So now we've got like some characters that kind of look in different directions, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that, chat. Look at them. Look at these poor souls. Don't know how short their lives are gonna be. As soon as I refresh, they're dead.
Yeah,
All
that's
their hopes,
kind of
their
that
dreams.
whole thing. Yeah, for sure. So I think that looks pretty cool. I think one thing that we could maybe do is add like a shine to them.
Cool.
Because they look quite flat at the moment.
Right. Yeah, I definitely see that.
So I think you could like, if you add a defs to the first SVG that we've got.
Okay, so def's up at the top.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
cool. And then
Pop.
add a mask.
Add a mask. Cool, like that.
And that's
Cool.
cool. And then we want to have like, just trying to think of how we'd want to do this. Okay, so within that mask, you would have the same as the body again, because we're going to mask to the body. So what
Okay.
we have to create the main balloon, that would kind of go in there.
Okay, so that's this, right?
Yep, that looks good.
Do you want the color and the stroke to be the same, or should the fill just be white?
Oh, fill would be white, and the
Okay.
stroke would be probably a pure black color would be great, like 000, just to make sure it's really really dark.
Wait, for the fill and the stroke,
Oh no,
or
just the fill. The fill
okay,
would be
cool.
white, and the stroke would be that. But I
Um,
don't know if it really
you want
matters.
this to be, yeah, cool. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
no
cool.
change yet because we haven't used this mask, right? Should we give this mask an
No,
ID?
yeah, we can give it an ID. That sounds good. I don't know whether because we've got lots of
Yeah,
these on the page.
about to say, will this mask get
Should we get?
overwritten because we have so many of these characters? Let me see real quick if we can pass balloon an index.
Oh, nice.
And get I.
That's much cleaner than what I was going to suggest. I was going to say add math.random.
That's that. I mean, both will give you a
It's very
unique.
secure, unique ID.
I just love that like your default is just like, well, I have a function for that. Like I'll either run spline on it or run random on it. So
Yeah. Very elegant solutions. Yeah.
so ID mask hyphen and then I don't know, not the most clever
That's
ID in the
great.
world, but it'll work.
Yeah, no,
Oh
that's
wait,
cool.
wait.
So we
Is that right? Yeah. I think so. That should be good. Let me just inspect this real quick.
cool.
Colby Fayok, is he rating? I think yes, he's rating with a party of 2. Colby, thank you so much for coming through.
Hey,
Awesome to see you.
nice.
Check it out. George made dev tools. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. George made balloons, and we're still making them. We're going to be adding a little bit of a shine to them. So if you just came here, welcome. These are generative. So when we refresh the page, we get a new set of generative balloon friends with googly eyes. So it's
Yep.
it's a lot of fun. It's all SVG, all with random values. It's super cool. So I'm just make sure that this is getting yep, mask -1. Cool, looking good.
Wow, look at that.
All right,
Very nice.
looking
Very
good.
nice. I love it. So we could
Impressive
do
programming.
we can do the shine, give just all we want to do is put a big ellipse just somewhere in here with like a slightly lighter color than the
Cool.
background
Cool.
to kind of give that impression. So if we make some variables like shine X and shine Y just to sort of position it.
Okay, so shine, and then so const shine X equals
somewhere, say 100 minus, well, that's just 100 minus body width divided by 2. We'll make that be always like over to the left.
100 minus body width divided by 2 is
yes.
okay, or do I have to put parentheses anywhere?
Nah, that's fine.
Cool.
You're all good with that one, I think. And then
Cool.
Y would be like somewhere around the middle. So it'd be like random, the random function.
Okay.
And it would be like 100, so the center of the canvas, minus body width divided by 2. And then 100 plus body width divided by 2. So like somewhere within the body, but kind of around the center. And then the X is always over off to the left.
So kind of like offset by its own half width.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. And then, so we've got those. And then what we can do is we can add another ellipse and we can mask it with the mask that we just made and position it using the shine variables that we just added.
Cool. Okay.
And I think that's going to look pretty nice. So we can drop the ellipse in anywhere below, and that should be all good.
It should be on top of thing.
Yeah.
But above
But
the
below
eyes
the
or below
eyes.
the eyes? Okay, cool.
Below, yeah. And then
yeah.
You can make that a circle and just make the radius body width.
Okay, so circle. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's fine.
And then radius will be cool. And then
Yep. And then the center X would be shine X, and the center Y would be shine Y.
oh, I keep doing that. Shine Y.
Yeah, and then we need to give it a fill.
Okay, so we're seeing it though.
So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's what
That's
so like just to do it real
um
quick, we're kind of seeing how
yeah,
it
this
would
is
be like.
cool. So if we pass in the mask, yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah,
getting like
that's good.
this randomized shine chat. You see how that's kind of working? Where like sometimes it's like completely over top of it almost entirely, and then other times it's gonna like kind of cut a like a sliver or something there. That's super cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we need
So
a new
just
color.
yeah, so let's sort of make a new variable like color light
Cool.
and do literally the same, and then maybe set the lightness to like 97. I really like
Whoa.
97 for that, like, for that really light color. I always like 97. It's a good one.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Good to
I don't know
know.
why. Yeah, it's good. For like your lightest gray, that's always kind of a good one.
Okay, cool.
So
So we see
fill,
it's like a yellow, and
yeah,
yeah, like it kind of matches that,
that's
the
nice.
hue. Cool.
Yeah, maybe go a little higher. Maybe I'm gonna go against my usual thing and do
A little
98.
higher. Okay. What? Wait. 98.
Yeah, gonna go
Should we
crazy.
let 97 know, or is this gonna be all right?
No, we're gonna keep it a
If you.
secret for now. We're gonna see how things go, then we'll let them know
Okay.
down
Cool.
the
Cool.
line. Yeah, I think so. So if we just mask that now to the mask that we made earlier.
Right. So that was this. So it would be
Awesome. Yeah.
now. Is it just mask equals?
Ma
Is it URL?
yeah, mask URL.
Oh, mask URL.
No, oh no, just mask equals
Okay.
URL. And then you'd have
In
the
the
thing.
parentheses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta get rid of this. I think this is gonna work. Does URL need a single quote? We'll
We
find
might
out.
we might need the hashtag
I think you might be
hashtag
right.
mask index.
Okay, so that
Oh,
got rid of it. Trying to
it's
see
gone.
if do we need like quotes with the URL?
Well, it shouldn't do. I
No.
don't think so. I think I might have this on note somewhere. Let's have a little
URL
look.
hashtag mask hyphen
That
index.
looks about right.
It does.
I think that's probably
Time to
right.
inspect. Let's find out what's going on. URL hashtag mask hyphen one. Wait, is that the right URL?
Oh, is it?
That should be. That should not be mask one on that one. That should be two.
That should be two.
Oh no! Wait! This is the first one. How is that the?
That's
No,
fun.
no, that's.
Should have done math.random.
I learned my lesson, or maybe I haven't learned my lesson. Who knows? Am I missing something with index? So slice items map. So this is where we're making the. This is where that's happening. Let me check here. Wait, no, I can't put it there. I have to put it. I only have one child, so check. Yeah, check. Cool. Index is I. It's getting that. Balloon gets the index I. Why would that come through as one for everyone? Let's just Let's
yeah,
see what
I
we're
wonder
getting
what
here.
it is.
Console 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's what we expect. Why would that be coming through? Let me inspect down here. Just make sure I'm not botching something. All right, circle. Okay. No, we're getting mask 4 there. Oh my gosh! I made an off
What
by
is
one
it?
error. I made an off by one error.
Oh, really?
That I was like, why is this one 1? Because that one's 0. Alex, welcome to programming.
Oh,
Oh
sure.
my
So it's something
goodness.
else.
Oh my
Oh no.
goodness. Anyway, hey, welcome to live coding, everyone.
Did
So
we? Did we add the ID to the mask to begin with?
Yes, the ID is here on the mask.
Okay. Fill. Oh, the fill might need to be white.
There
There
it
we go.
is. All
There
right.
it is.
So
So I
that's
think we
very bright.
that's way too bright actually. I think we can bring that down to like 92.
We love
Oh
scale.
yeah,
That's looking
that's it.
better.
That's pretty good.
You think that's bright? Actually, I think we need to do the stroke because look, it's going over the stroke.
Oh yeah, we can give if we add a darker stroke to that ellipse, yeah, that should fix that
Yep.
problem.
There we
That looks
go.
pretty cool. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's nice. We could make it a little bit less bright, maybe
Yeah, I
90
think a little less bright for sure.
or 88, or just play with it. I mean, I
Yeah. I'm just
go
gonna.
for whatever.
That's looking pretty good. 88, I think, is
That's
looking pretty
good.
good.
Oh
What do you
yeah,
think,
that looks
chat?
awesome.
Looking pretty solid there. Are we liking that shine? That's looking
I
nice.
hope so.
Looking good. Cool. So awesome. This is
Cool.
looking great. Do we have anything else we want to hit this with?
I could throw a blob into the mix, maybe.
Yeah, George, I booked you because I absolutely want a blob out of you for sure. Give me
All
one of
right.
those trademark blobs.
Okay. Okay. Let's do the blob. So
All
like
right,
often when you see
we do have 10 minutes. You think we can get a blob in?
mm,
I
really
th-
quick one,
let's do it. Yeah.
really quick blob. Okay. So you want a number of points for the blob?
Okay, so I'm gonna make a blob.
Yeah, somewhere
Cool.
between eight and 16.
Okay, so const. Wait. Okay. Yeah.
Num
So,
num
so
points.
blob points, and it's
Yeah.
between
Nice.
random between
Uh,
8 and
yeah.
16, right? Cool.
And can you maybe constrain that, please, to an and so pass the true flag, just to keep it
Sure.
no floats, please. And then we define a radius, so like a random radius for the blob, so like somewhere between 70 and 80.
So const blob radius
Cool.
70 and 80. True or
Yeah.
no?
No, that's fine. That can just
Cool.
be whatever. And then we need like an angle step. So that we'll come to that in a second. So if you call it angle step, and then make that in parentheses math.pi times 2,
Oh man.
and then divide that by outside of the parentheses divided by the number of points. And
Okay.
then and then if you add an array called points or whatever, yeah, we can just call it points. That's fine.
Is points taken already though? Is my only thing. Is that
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe
Nope.
we could just
Const
do that.
points equals.
Yeah, just an empty array, and then
Okay.
we want to like want to plot the points around kind of a circle, but add a
So
little bit of
similar to
randomness to
how we
each
made the
point.
string. So similar to how we made the string. Cool.
Yes, you want to start from 1 to make sure the points don't overlap at the end. So if you do for let I equals 1,
Okay.
or
For
I is 1.
got it. Okay. So I'll
I
just do a
is
for loop from the snippets
Yep,
because I love it.
sure.
Let I equal 1.
Yep, and then less than or equal to blob points.
Cool.
I plus plus. That's great. And then within that, if you make a variable theta, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, like theta.
Theta. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah. And that would be I multiplied by angle step.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you want to get the x value for this kind of vertex. So that would be so if you do const x equals math.cosine or math.cos cos theta.
Dot theta or what? Oh. Parentheses theta.
Yeah, multiplied by blob radius.
Within the parentheses or outside?
No, outside. Sorry, yeah. Multiplied by blob radius plus random value somewhere between -5 and 0.
Interesting.
And then
Okay.
exactly the same for y, but you want the sign of beta. People that actually know maths are probably like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, because I don't. I'm not very good with this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I don't know this stuff
Liam's probably
anymore.
out there like, oh.
Liam,
So
what do you think? Are you judging? Polar for the
don't
win,
judge
Andy
me.
says. Andy says polar for the win.
Yeah, Polar would probably be better.
Got it.
Oh
Yeah,
well.
I don't know any of this, so you guys are all winning for me. So don't even sweat it.
So yeah, just if you just push that into points as an object, so if you do like points dot push and objects just with the x y is fine.
Oh wait, and so an object?
Yeah, you can just shorthand it and just
Cool.
do the x y. Yeah, that's cool. And then we can do after that we can do like make a blob data variable. And that's going to be a spline of all
Yeah.
of those points. Yeah, exactly.
Points and then true because we're looping back around, or because
yeah. So it'd be it would be
points 1 true.
1 and true. Yeah,
Cool.
that's great. And then we can do a new path behind the body. Is good.
Okay, so but in front of the rect. So path.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, path, and then the data would be the blob data, the path data that we just made. I can't remember what we called it. Oh, that's looking pretty blobby.
Already
and
kind
then,
of blobby out there, looking good.
Yeah, and then if
Sweet.
we translate that to the center, so translate 100, 100.
Transform equals translate 100, 100.
Awesome. Okay, great. Yeah.
So cool. Look at this chat. We just made a blob.
Blobs.
I have no idea how we did it, to be honest. Like this is
neither do I.
like if like I'm not trying to be that person like I don't get math, but I kind of get like, okay, cosine and sine, are the sine waves and have to do with circles and things like that, but I haven't used them seriously in a while. So I know we unfortunately don't have like a ton of time to get into this, but this is so cool to me. I really enjoy it. Oh, here we go. So Tanner says angle times radius plus an offset is a fine way to create a circular path. So the maths are good. And then Alan, good to see you, Alan. Thank you for coming through. Says, can you push the points out a little, or how would you? So in other words, how would you make a bigger circle? I think is what you're saying, Alan. How would you expand the circle?
Increase the blob radius.
Ah, cool. So you would go from like 80 to 90 or something. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That would be that. And if you wanted to make it more blobby, you would change where it says random -5, 0. If you made that sort of like 15, there would be more variance to the blob.
Let's try it. Oh yeah, definitely wigglier. Cool.
So they get wigglier, or you could add more points. So if you made more points, you'd get more detail to the blob.
Got it. Cool.
But yeah, I think 5 for this is good because it's quite
awesome.
Right, and then we can just give that a like kind of like a light color, like I think that can be the same as our light color, and I think that, oh, actually, no, that should be like the lightness of like 92.
Cool. So let's go color blob.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. That's good.
92.
Yeah.
And let's do color blob. And where was that? That was here.
Yeah.
Path blob data fill.
Lovely.
Color blob.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Looking really cool.
And then that's kind of just like a little bit of extra texture, but you could use that in real life, I suppose, as well if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Just to add a little bit of extra something to like an avatar or like a profile picture or whatever, really. Like, yeah, outside of weird balloon land.
No, you totally could. Like if you had your entire team with like cut out heads or like just the background separated, you could absolutely toss a nice color. I mean, like this is just a random hue, but all of these look planned. Like that's a really nice green. That's a really nice like yellowish mustard kind of thing. Like they
Yeah.
look good. So like, even if you were to limit the colors to like an array of colors or an array of hues, you could toss a generative blob behind people, and yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I love this and that, like it's absolutely practical with like how to make these generative shapes, and apply them to whatever you want. We're just taking it to the, the most ridiculous level and saying, hey, you work with a
Yes.
bunch of airheads,
Always.
right? Are the shadow lines random too? So these here, yeah. So that's actually, I think you came in a little bit after Alan. So yeah, that's actually, I think that's this. Yeah. So if I get rid of
Yeah.
this, you'll see that, if I get rid of the mask, that is just a circle that is like twice as big, or it's just a pretty big circle, and it's just offset a bit, and then masked by the same shape as the body. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, pretty much everything's generative, in some way or another. So we've got like the random tie thing, the string's a bit generative, the shape of the balloon, the position of the eyes on the y-axis, the distance apart of the eyes on the x-axis. So like some are pretty far apart, some are pretty close together. The direction of the eyes. So like yeah, pretty much everything's generative, and you can just make a ton of these little balloon creatures. It's super, super cool. So, okay, so we've got our blob. This is
Yeah.
looking great. Are we pretty much set here? Is this pretty much what you wanted to accomplish for
Yeah.
these guys at least?
In terms of like a visual kind of like a character, I think this is pretty much,
I
yeah,
think it's
it's pretty much exactly what I
awesome.
was going
This is
to try and
perfect. This
do.
is perfect. So let's console log. Let's get rid of that console log. Let's try to get this up and live. I'm just gonna do one big old commit. I know we could have like broken out these package editions and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say add
That wouldn't be very fun.
team, add George's team component. So I'm gonna do one of those, and then I'm gonna bring up a terminal here.
What is this wizardry?
What's what wizardry?
This where did you make that commit? What was that?
Oh, that's
Little special.
sorry. I did not mean to like just glance over that. So VS
Ah,
Code has a great little built-in source control thing, and like if I
ooh.
change this here and hit save, first off it's gonna break it, so I'm gonna do that. But it will like show me the diff and stuff like that. Like it's got
Oh,
a whole bunch of nice little tools there. But
that's very cool. Didn't know you
yeah,
could
but
commit in
I
there.
kind of always pushed from the terminal, just because if you click the little button to push, it like sends a weird auto message or something. Um,
Yeah, don't want that.
so that should be building on Netlify right now. And chat, let me just drop this in here. Bouncy dot component. I hope I spelled everything right. Let me actually go to it. I should probably went to it first before I like set my whole chat there. So that's our local host, and the local host is currently broken. Module exports require. Okay, so I might have just broken the page. Let's see. Syntax error, unexpected detected. Generative utils. Oh, so something about.
I'm not doing any transpiling or anything in there. It's just exporting the. I imagine you'd probably be doing that on your end anyway.
Interesting. So this might break in Next.js. I don't know why that would be. I don't know enough. Let's see. Wait, event compiled. So this is our Next.js here. Unexpected token export. Yeah, so it might be something in your actual package, George.
Oh, well, you could just grab the functions because you're only using two anyway, aren't you? So
Okay,
you
so
could just grab.
should I just grab them out of there? Like super
Yeah,
quick?
just grab them out
Okay,
the
let me see if we
repo
can
or
do this real
something.
quick. We are at minute 33. Hope you don't mind. Hope chat doesn't mind too much.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's just
So
get
just
Spline. Okay, I'm just
everyone
gonna.
can see my horrible code.
Oh, 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 God. Oh, it's this. God, no.
Oh
And
no, I stole that from Cassie
so
anyway.
Spline and random. Those are the two we use, right? Cool.
Yeah.
So let me just see real quick. And then slices, we're going into our team members one. I'm just going to do like a lib thing here. Hope just to get this up real quick. And so I'm just going to make this full screen. Actually, let's, yeah, I don't know. I'm doing some real cowboy coding here. Export spline. Wait. Okay.
Format points, just Spline uses it, so that can just hang out.
That's cool. Okay, cool. And then
yeah.
And then export random. It will do this here. It's gonna do export spline comma random, and then we can import it from. Yeah, we can do from lib, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see if that unbroke anything. It did. Sweet. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna push that real quick. Give me 1 second, chat, and hopefully git push up. You have to commit stuff before you push. Import functions into. I know everyone is judging my terrible commits right now, and I'm sorry. Don't make those commits. Your teammates won't like it, but it'll be better for your show. So, chat. Hopefully, that will fix that. Where am I going? Here we go. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Trying to get back to where we were. Nope, not that either. Is this what I wanted? I'm trying to find our Chrome thing. Sorry. There it is. All right, cool. So, chat, as I was saying, hopefully that fixes the site. It should be up on bouncy.componentcarousel.com hopefully shortly. Oh,
there it is.
Awesome. So this is actually kind of like our data still from before, and we didn't get a chance to revamp everything, but this is still our data. If I can add let's go ahead. I don't know, just thinking who just talked last in chat. That's how I'll go by. Tanner. All right, Tanner Dolby. I'm just gonna say so we did generative guru. We'll do generative, or yeah. I think we made oh wait, actually I don't think it's gonna, the image might not work. I don't think we pushed that new slice, but here we go. I'm just gonna leave the photo off and hit save and publish, and there we go. And so that just hit a webhook and should go ahead and rebuild this. So that will rebuild, and we should have Tanner up there by the time Netlify gets around to rebuilding our site. It might still be fixing something else, but yeah,
that's very cool.
Can continue to build this out, and if you just keep refreshing this, you will get more and more generative. Why it's. Oh, you know what? Oh, I think it might be building it out statically. And it might be keeping some of these in between. Let me see if I do. Yeah, interesting. So it's not, it's building this page statically, so it's keeping them. So it's generative, but we might have to go in and actually like fix the lack of generative part. That's
oh wow.
Funny.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's for another episode. But let's wrap it up with the actual raffle. I want to make sure we get to that today because I don't want to leave everyone hanging. Giveaways, raffle. Okay, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, we only have like really 2 entries. Is that right? Oh man. So we've got GK Nook. I forget. Oh, G Nuke, I think is what they said. And then we have Tanner, and then we have me, and then we have 2 people that I work with. Man, this raffle was not as well accepted. I don't know. So for the raffle people, we have a CodePen Pro subscription. So gonna give another like 10 seconds to enter. Go ahead, hit !enter to enter this raffle, and we will see. I mean, it's definitely working because I entered it, but go ahead and enter and get a year of CodePen Pro. Counting down 10, 9. I'm not gonna actually count, but I'll give another 10 seconds on that. But while we do that, George Francis, This was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and making this with us, showing us
Oh, thank
all
you.
your generative goodness. This is just so cool. Love the googly eyes. Love the soft bouncy vibe. As soon as we said bouncy castle architects, I knew that you would be a great
Yes.
addition to this fun and ridiculous theme. So thank you so much. All right, I don't see
No,
anyone
thank
else
you.
entering. My goodness. Oy, we might have to. All right, let's see. I don't even know what to. There we go. Thank you, Angelo. Although, yeah, no, I appreciate it. I try. So I'm like, and it's two people I work with. Now it's three people I work with. But Angelo, I still appreciate you for entering the raffle. I'm just trying to get other people to enter. So I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw. If it's me, I'm going to put it back and draw again. So we'll see what happens. Drew a winner, Angelo Ashmore. He just got in and he happened to win it. Awesome job, Angelo. Congratulations. You are. Oh, and he's a new follower. Thank you so much, Angelo.
Nice.
Thank you so much for being here, Angelo. We'll get you that Code Pen year subscription. Such a great site, such a great service. So, thank you to. Thanks to CodePen for existing. You're great. But George,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And next week, please come by next week, this time Wednesday, because we have Liam Egan coming through to make the last component on the Inflatable Architects website. And we're going to tweak this like throughout the week and make it a bit more bouncy and make it fit the whole aesthetic. But Liam Egan coming on next week. There he is in the chat. And it's going to be so much fun. And this site will be done. We'll have the bounciest site on the internet thanks to these four great people. And I really want to stress this. Send us your themes, okay? I have a little, I have a thing on Twitter. I'm going to drop this in the chat super quick to people who are here. Make sure you send us your themes. Here we go. Please drop your themes into that tweet or into anything there. There's a an Airtable there. So please send us your themes for next week, for next month, because we're about to run out of the month and we need something else to do for the next month. So give us your fun ideas. I want to build out more crazy websites, more silly, ridiculous things. So please do that. I can't wait to see what you all come up with. Thank you so much for coming through, and we will see you next week. Thanks again.